Down the scenario 2. What is the scenario 2? Yeah, where is it? Your move these comments to the animals directory. I want to move to the animals directory. How to move that to the animals directory? Where is animals? First of all, first create in your name. So cd my name. I should go to cd my name, and then where is that pet? Where is that pet? Pet is in carnivore, right? Pet is in carnivore. It is in which folder? Plants and animals. Is that okay? So what is the command here? I want to move these pets dot to animals, right? I want to move these pets dot to animals. That is the command here. Yes or no? Move the pets file dot to animal. How to do that is just give move means what? MV. Which file I want to move? Pets dot text I want to move. Where I want to move? I want to move to animals, right? That means you are in current directory. Which directory? Carnivore. So if I want to move to animals, just give dot dot slash dot slash slash means it will move to like cd dot right, previous dot slash. If we give, now the pet dot text will be moved to animals. How to check that? I'll go cd, I am in animals. If you see here, the pets is moved to animals. Now if you go to cd carnivore, if I give ls, there is no pets. See here, there is no pets in carnivore. Why there is no pets in carnivore? Because I moved that pet dot text dot slash dot slash. The command here is, so what is the command to move to the previous directory? Move move pets dot text to dot slash. So it will move to previous directory. It will move to previous directory. You understand? It will move to the previous directory. Now another thing here, if I want to copy to my this directory, then again what you will give? You will give one more dot. For example, again I will create here cat greater than pet dot text. Okay, so in carnivore I'm creating which directory? I'm creating pet dot text, because there is no files in carnivore. So again I'm creating pet dot text. Enter. Just give cat and dog. Okay, control Z. Now if I give ls, there is the file pet.txt. Now I want to move this pet.txt to my name in this directory. Can anyone tell me the command how to move? How to move? What is the command to move?
MV.
What file I want
MV.
to, what file I want to move? where I want to move. I want to move to my name Kumar, right? So that means if you want to move to animals, you will give dot dot slash. Again, I want to move to Kumar, so dot dot slash. Two times I want to give. Two times I want to give. You understand now? Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, Mr.
This dot dot slash is to animals, and this dot dot slash is to here. If you have another directory, again I will give what? Dot dot slash. Okay. No device. There is no. Oh, no file. Why no file? Why no file? Pet dot text.
Because you moved it before?
Maybe here ls pet dot text. I'll check it in. It is moved to animals. It is moved to animals because of this. Okay, do you understand what is the command here? Okay. Now, so the scenario 2, everything is over. Scenario 3, can anyone tell me the answer? Directly, I will type it here. Tell me the answer. List all the directories and files. List all the directories and files. What is the command to list all the directories and files?
ls.
ls, good. Display the current date.
Date.
Current date, current date.
Date. Double quotation.
Correct. See, I'll clear this one. First one, ls. See, I'll go to my directory, cd, my home directory. I give ls, so it displays all the things, and then I give date. This is third scenario, okay? Plus percentage d. But then here I will not do this. This is actually you have to do it. I'm simply wasting my time here. Tell me directly. This is so. Who is the
Who am
user? Who
I?
is the user? Who am I? Okay. And then, so who are the users who logged in and who logged out of the system?
Who?
So like this, you take it, you put it, take the screenshot, put it in Word, and submit it in the e-learning. Okay, you have to submit. Don't send email. Again, I'm telling hereafter, don't send email. Just click this one. You can check now itself. Click this one. It will ask you to submit the file. You can submit it, and I can check here who and all send the files. I can see view all submission. Then I can check out. Okay, fine. Now go to chapter 2 is over. Chapter 3 we need to complete now. Already we completed some two or three slides. So I'll just continue with that. Introduction to operating system. The chapter 3 is about your process management. So last time we have seen what is meant by process. Yes or no? So what is meant by process? The part of the program. So what is the process? The process is called as the part of the program that is loaded in the main memory during the uh, execution of the program, that is called as the process. So you here in these slides, I'm just tell you the difference between what program and process. What is process and what is the program? Okay. So the process is given. program is given, and the process is given. So you are supposed to, which one is active? Process is active or program is active? Please, all of you be active first of all. Which one is active? Process is active or program is active?
Process.
Process is the active entity and program is a passive entity. What is the meaning of passive entity and active entity? Active entity means, see, the program, it will be there in the drive. Whenever you want, you need to bring it. Okay, whereas the process, it will be always there. You can execute it. That is called as the active entity. Always it will be running. Okay, so next we will see about the state of the process, which you have already seen it. What is mean by state? State means the activity of the process. State means the activity of the process. There are different types of states are there. New state, ready state, running state, wait state, and then terminate state. Okay. So what is the new state? What is ready state? What is running state? What is wait state? What is terminate state? So what is new? When the process is created. What is ready? When the process are waiting for the CPU. What is running state? When the process is being executed. What is wait state? When the process is waiting for some resources. So we have seen the diagram also. So this is the process state. Sometimes they will ask you to draw the diagram, or they will ask you to identify, or sometimes they will give us a match the following also. What is new? What is ready? What is running? What is terminated? What is waiting? Okay, dear. So new state inserted into ready queue. So after the new state, it will go to the ready, and from ready to running. Okay, once it is completed, exit or terminate. Terminate means exit. During running time, someone can interrupt. Someone can interrupt. Then it is called as what? See, wait for or interrupt occur. Then it will go from running to ready. Okay, and then from running to waiting and waiting to ready state. So new, ready, running, waiting again. So this is preemptive. This is preemptive means it will come again and again. So that day itself, I gave you one example that if you want to take some printout of 2 page. Okay. For example, in the college, we have different types of classroom. Now the classroom allotted for is 1A141. I need to come when I have the schedule in this class. I cannot come in other time. We'll see with this process control block. What is meant by process control block? See, the operating system, we have lot of informations. The operating system has to manage or maintain the informations about the process. Okay, maintain the informations about the process. So we are having some kind like table. The operating system will maintain some kind of table, okay, where you maintain all the informations about the table, about the process, what the process is doing, when it is getting executed, what type of resources it is holding, when it will come out from the process. Okay, so all those information, it is a data structure. It is a data structure means what? You know, data structure. Data structure is holding the informations, the entire informations about the process. That is called as process control block. What is PCB? What is PCB? Process control. What is PCB? Come on, tell me. Don't sleep.
Process control block.
Okay, process control. So PCB is a process. The other name, what is the other name for process control block? The year after, whenever I tell process, I will tell with the other name also. The process is same as task. It is also same as job. So what are the other names for process? Process, and then Then tell me, dear. Come on, tell me, dear. Tell me, please tell me. Hmm. What is the other name for process? The other name for process is task or the job. Okay. So when the process is created, then all the information is kept into the PCB. PCB is the process control block. I already told you PCB means process control block. It will control all the details about the process. That is the data structure that store information. The operating system keeps all the information of the process from its creation until its termination. It is just like when you born till you die. Okay, when the process is born or when the process is created, when the process is executed, all the information is stored in the operating system. That is done by the process control block. That is done by the when the process finishes, it process control block is released from the main memory. So because, for example, the operating system has thousands of process, we cannot keep all the process informations in the process control block. It is very difficult. How it is possible for me to keep all the informations about the process? Okay. So what it has been done is whenever the process is created and whenever the process is terminated, during that period only it will be stored in the control block because it will take memory, right? And I want to the memory to be written once it is terminated. So that is called as what? Process control block. Do you get some information about process control block? What is process control block? Okay, you are making me sleep. So what are the informations are stored in the process control block? See this table here. This is not a table. What are the values are? It will have the process ID. Do you remember I tell like process P1? Why I tell process P2? Why I tell process P3? Because each process is given some, each process is assigned with some, tell me, each process is assigned with some, here, why many students have gone? 6 students have gone. Hmm? Answer attendance. How many quizzes over for your class, for your course? How many course quizzes over? Hmm?
What, mister?
How many quizzes over for you?
One. Only one.
Only one
One.
operating
Yes,
system.
mister. What, mister?
Operating system.
No, the operating system is the second one.
That means you already completed, right?
Have more. I have three more.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Fine. So still you have many quizzes, huh?
Yes, mister.
But
Yes,
don't worry,
Mr.
Yes,
don't
Mr.
worry,
This
don't worry.
week, all quizzes.
But don't worry. I will not keep practical tests. No practical test in operating system before mid. I'll keep after.
Okay, mister. Thank you.
After I want to take. I want to give you some rest. I don't want to give next week.
Okay, mister.
Okay.
What, mister?
There is no practical test next week after mid.
Okay.
What is that? Abdullah Mohammed. Where is Abdullah
Yes,
Mohammed?
Mr. Yes, Mr.
Amani Syed. Amani Syed, where are you? Amani Syed, where you gone? You don't want any attendance? It doesn't mean that after completing your quiz, you have to go out the class. Amani Syed is absent. Asma Kamis,
Yes, mister.
Atari Syed,
Yes, mister.
Daya Khalifa,
Yes, mister.
Fatima Mohammed,
Yes, mister.
Fatima Mubarak,
Yes, mister.
Qadi Rasid, Hamid,
Yes, mister.
Itar Syed, Itar Syed, Khalil, Mr. Khalil.
Yes, Mr.
Too much of fun, huh? Hamid, Hamid.
يا سلعب كنت.
Mister, check your mic.
You are not able to. Okay, okay.
We can't
Now
hear
can
you.
Mariam Mohammed,
Yes, mister.
Manal Hamid is not there. Masal is not there. Matila Salim,
Yes, mister.
Muhammad Ahmad,
Yes, mister.
Muhammad Syed Saif,
Yes, mister.
Najla Salim,
Yes, mister.
Rima Mohammed,
Yes, mister.
Saif Khalid,
Yes, mister.
Tuka Syed, Tuka Syed, Jihad,
Mister.
okay, fine.
Mister,
Yeah, who is
where is
that?
my name?
Mariam Darwish, I called your name.
No, wallah.
Maybe that time my mic is mute.
Okay, again.
Mariam Darwish.
Yes, mister.
Why are you crying?
The cause is. I will not say anything. Thank you, mister.
Okay, welcome. Okay, now all very good, huh? Fine. I'll continue the class now. You're not allowing me to continue the take the classes. Okay, so you want only me to talk, huh? See, I'm very poor, dear. You just imagine I'm sitting, I'm coming here without student, only seeing the system, and then I keep on talking for hours and hours. I get very much tired. At least I want some students to participate, some student to respond, so that the class will be interactive. It will be easy for me also. Why are you not having any pity on me? Huh? If I ask some question, no one is answering, just very silent. But when I call for attendance, oh yes, mister, yes, mister, yes, mister, all only for attendance, opening your mouth, yes, mister. But whenever I ask the question, no one, no, leave, mister, no, Kalli huh? See, even now also I feel same thing, just like I'm talking to God, Allah. So process control block, it will have the process ID, it will have the process state, okay, it will have the pointer, it will have the register, it will have the program counter, it will have the resource in use, it will have the memory units. So what is this process ID? Every process has an identification number like P1, P2, P3. Every process will be having that identification number. Okay. Next one, program counter. It includes the address of the next instruction which is to be executed within the process. That means what? See, for example, P1, I'm going to tell after completing there is a link between P1 and P2, P2 and P3. That is called as program counter. It indicates the address of the next instruction which is to be executed. So after P1, what next? P2. What next? P3. So that is called as program counter. You know, program counter means like if you go to a bank or if you go to Badar Al Sama or someone, they are having the counter token, you know, token system 1, 2, 3, 4. What is after one? Next patient like that. So here also the same thing is followed whenever the program or process is executed. So it will be done with the next process. Process state. What is the process state? Already you know that this is the process state. So each process either that will be new or ready, or it is some is running or some is completed or some are waiting. So this is called as process state. During its lifetime, a process can be in one of its various states. Either it is in new state, or it is in ready state, or it is in waiting state, or it is in running state, or it is in terminate state. In any one of the state it will be. The pointer, the content of the pointer points to the next PCB in the scheduling list. If there are the PCB list is there, it points to the next PCB list. It is used when the CPU needs to switch from one process to the next process. For example, it is like P1 to P2, P2 to P3. Whenever the operating system or the process want to switch between one process to another process, the pointer is used. And we have register. Register is a special high speed storage area within the CPU that is stored during the interrupts. So for every process, whenever it is executing, there will be some registers. Like it is a small amount of memory. It is the smallest of memory. Even if we call this register, it will have some value. It will have some value. When it will have the value, whenever the process is executing in the processor, see here in P1, this P1 will have some value that is stored in the register. That is stored in register. Okay. So what is process ID? What is program counter? What is process state? What is pointer? And what is registers? Okay. Next one. Now we are going to see what are the operations are done in your process creation. So like new state, when it will go to the new state only when you create a process. A new process can be created from an existing process. How we are going to create a process? Process P1 is created from, oh sorry, like this. P2 is created from P1 and P3 is created from P1. Okay. So now the P4 is created from P3. So one process can create another process. A new process can be created from the existing process. Like P1 can create another process, P2 and P3. P3 can create another P3. Now tell me which is the parent and which is the child. Which process is parent and which process is child? Which process is parent here? Which is creating P1 and P2 and P3? Which process is creating P2 and P3? Oh God, please tell me. I'm asking some question. Which process is creating P2 and P3? Or tell me the,
Again, Mr. Again.
okay. So we have P1, P2 and P3. P2 and P3 is created by
B1,
P1. P4 is created by
P3.
P3. Now I'm asking which is child process and which is parent process. Tell me P1 is parent for
Yes.
P2 and
P3.
B3.
so similarly P3 is the parent for
Yes.
P4.
B4.
P4.
So P4 is the child process, P2 is the child process.
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 Whereas this P3 is both child and parent, where P1 is only the parent. So P2 is child and P3 is child. So the newly created process is called as the child process. The existing process is called as the parent process of the created process. Here it is very simple. It is given like that. So when the process can be created, who can create a process? How the process is done? So that is called as process creation. Okay. The process can be created by using the existing process. The existing process is called as parent or mother. Okay. The process of the created process. The newly created process is called as the child process. For example, from the P1, I'm creating P2 and P3. Then P2, P3 is called as the child process. If I create P4, then P4 is newly created. Then P4 is the child process for P3. Okay. How the process scheduler are done? We have the process scheduler. In chapter 4, we are going to study one topic called a scheduling algorithm. Scheduling algorithm. So for the scheduling algorithm, you have to know what is meant by process scheduler. Schedule means you know that what is the meaning of general meaning of schedule? When you want to execute, where you want to execute, right or not? When and where. That is called a schedule. For example, I'm taking the classes now in college at lab 141. Why I'm choosing lab 141? Because tell me when we are why I choose lab 141, because I have been scheduled to 2 to 4. The class timing is 2 to 4 in lab A141. So I am sitting alone here in lab 141 without any student, taking the class to the students who are sitting at home. Aramse. You know Aramse? Okay, fine. No need to open your mouth. What is meant by process scheduler? The part of the operating system that carries out the selection of the process from the ready state is called as scheduler. So already you know here in process control block. So here new to ready. In the ready state, we will have some process like P1, P2 and P3. P1 and P2, P3. Now it is in running state. That means I have the CPU here. The CPU has to select, I have the CPU here. The CPU has to select which process to execute. That is called as schedule. That is called as schedule here. The part of the operating system that carries out the selection of the process from where? From the ready state. From the ready state is called as scheduler. From the ready state is called as scheduler. So when you are doing this one, so you have to know what is CPU utilization, what is turnaround time, what is waiting time. All these things you will study in next chapter also. CPU utilization is defined as a percentage of time for which a CPU is busy executing instruction of a process. For example, P1, if it is there in the CPU, how much time it spends inside the CPU? The P1, how much time it spends inside the CPU? That is called as what? CPU utilization. Percentage of time for which a CPU is busy executing instructions of your process. For this particular process, so how much time it takes or it is keep on busy. Turnaround time, the amount of time required to accomplish the execution of the process. How much time it is needed to complete the process? P1. Sometime it may need 5 milliseconds or 10 milliseconds like that. So that time is called as turnaround time. And why waiting time? See, if when P1 is executing, the P2 will wait. The P2 will wait. So the P1 is, for example, the P1 is executing for 5 milliseconds. How much time the P2 is waiting? The P2 is waiting for 5 milliseconds. So that is the waiting time for P2. The amount of time a process waits in the ready queue to get a chance for execution. Now P2 will not get, the P2 will not get any chance. You know why the P2 will not get any chance? Because P1 is in execution. How much time P2 has to wait? It has to wait for 5 milliseconds because the turnaround time for the P1 is 5 milliseconds. Do you understand? What is CPU utilization? What is turnaround time? What is waiting time? Anyhow, we have in chapter 4, we will be studying next this one only. Chapter 4, I have the scheduling algorithm that is there as a problem also. It will come in your practical also. Scheduling algorithm that will come in your practical also. Okay. So just know what is turnaround time. Turnaround time is that amount of time required to accomplish. You just read the definition. Read the definition. Sometime match the following true or false, like that it will come. Why we need a scheduler? Why we need the scheduler? Because see, in our college, who can create the timetable? We need someone to create the timetable for you, right? Who will create it there? So that is that person is called as scheduler here. The state of the process means the activity of the process that is currently executing. So why we need to have the scheduler? Mainly all processes are given equal opportunity to execute. Utilizing and optimizing the system resources such as CPU and memory, we want to make sure if we don't have the scheduler, all process will be fighting. I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. Everyone will be fighting so that everyone thinks that I want to get executed in the process. Okay, in the CPU. So we need a scheduler for that. For example, if there is no schedule, it thinks that you don't have any timing, then you will tell that I will go to that class. Someone will tell that I will go to another class. Someone will tell that I will go to another class. There is no proper management. So what is done here? Utilizing and optimizing the system resources such as CPU and memory properly. Maximizing the CPU utilization. So we have to keep always CPU busy, processor busy. Why we need to keep always processor busy? That means we are always keep doing some work in the system. And minimize the turnaround time. Minimize the turnaround time. Minimize the waiting time. Turnaround time means, see, for example, P1, P2 and P3. If this is given for 2 hours, the turnaround time, the P2 will wait for 2 hours. If again P2 is given 1 hour, P3 will wait for 3 hours, 2 plus 1. Yes or no? Yes or no? You are waiting in ATM. Do you have any experience waiting in ATM? You never go to ATM?
Yes, mister.
You go to ATM, right? So if you
Yes.
go to ATM, what you need to do, there will be some person standing before you. You will be always thinking that person should go and do it fast because you don't want to wait. You don't
Yes,
want
mister.
to wait.
Yes.
So that is
Right.
called a, even in the system also you want to minimize the waiting time and minimize the turnaround time. But you need to maximize the CPU utilization. I don't want to waste any ATM to be free. I want always the ATM to be busy. How? But minimizing the turnaround time and minimizing the waiting time. So that is why the reason you need your CPU scheduler. You understand? Okay. So I'll stop with this now. I didn't take only 2 or 3 slides. Next Thursday, I will complete this. Only another 4. Thursday, I will complete this one. Okay. So process scheduler, context switch, inter-process communication, direct communication, indirect communication. And Khalil and Hamid, I want you to be present on Thursday class also. I want you to be present for the Thursday class. If possible, I'll tell you whether I will put the video for this, you watch it, or I'll ask you to come for the online classes. Anything, I'll
Okay,
tell you.
mister. We will attend, inshallah.
No problem. This week I will tell you what you need to do it, whether it is online class or it is a video lecture class. I will tell you. I will put the remaining of those things, or I will come to ask you for the online class also. Dear, one more request for everyone. Complete all the scenario 2. I want the answer. Then only after you send me, as soon as quickly you send me, then only I can put you the answer for this one. Where you need to put the answer? Where you need to put the answer? Just go here, go back. Here you have scenario, homework. Click on this, submit file. You just send me the picture, what you get it. Just you can submit your file. Kalas? Kalas? Over?
Over, mister. Over.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you, student.
Welcome, Mr. Welcome.
Bye, Mr. Bye.
Bye bye. See you.
Thank you, Mister. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Don't worry, okay? No problem. Don't think. I think almost all the students have done your quiz well. No worry. You have midterm exam. You have practical test because this course is mostly practical. Practical will be easy for you.
Mr. When we can see the quiz marks?
By Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. I'll stop sharing.